Real but crazy facts that could save your life. Okay, I'm just going to turn it over to you and say, Jennifer, what's the topic? Bam!
Bam.
Why can't I remember one sentence? Real but crazy facts that could save your life. Okay, and let's sync the sound. 1, 2, 3. All right.
That was good.
That was good.
Actually,
That was good. Okay, Jennifer, give me a countdown.
3, 2.
Hello and welcome to Unrequested with Rad and Shank. I'm Rad.
This Shank.
And today's episode, Jennifer, is...
What are some real but crazy facts that could save your life on Reddit?
Sounds so fun.
Yeah.
Real but crazy facts that could save your life. I love when we do these kind of episodes where we like this is something you didn't know, or what facts. Like, what was that one we did where it was like, was it a holiday and it was like international? And we were looking at different countries, how they celebrated it. What traditions they had. Do you remember that episode?
Oh my goodness. It was we were talking about like like Hansel and Gretel and the true tales
fairy
behind
tales.
it.
Yes.
That's what that episode was.
There was another one where we talked about like
too.
traditions and different weird
different
traditions.
countries. Yeah.
I love stuff like that, man. Because if you're going to have fun and listen to something, you might as well learn something, right?
I'm ready for my mind to be blown.
Mind to be blown. Speaking of which, let's just dive right in because I feel like we're going to have a lot of fun ones we're going to want to talk about.
I think so.
Jennifer, why don't you? I don't know why I can't form a sentence. Jennifer,
hello.
Would you like?
How would you like?
Why don't you hit us with that first crazy fact?
This fact that could save your life. I wonder if I should say the username. Smacked with a ruler. That's their username.
Okay.
That's actually kind of a fun username.
That is a fun username.
Let's not. But
Okay.
that was a fun one.
Okay. Car jacks are for lifting, not holding, because the amount of people that go under their cars while their car is on a jack is crazy because it's not going to hold the car. It's just to lift the car. So you're playing with fire if you get under the car.
But you always see the mechanics under it.
No, not under a car jack. They put the jack stands.
Oh, got it. Okay.
They have that car lift.
Yeah.
Where they
So
sit it up.
when you lift a
If
car,
you're in your driveway and you put it on a car jack, then you have to put the car lifts underneath it.
That's
They're
right.
They look like little cones.
Little triangles.
Yes, I remember those. I was always afraid to use even the car jack because where it connects, I was always worried it's going to jack up your paint.
Tiny.
Yeah.
You were worried about the paint?
Well, because the teeth, it's like metal, right? And then it's got to hook into a specific part of your car. And I always thought as it lifted it up, it would like bend it. Or, it would ruin the car.
My dad, I remember a long time ago, my dad was doing something underneath his car and the jack, it shifted and the car fell on his hand.
Oh.
And he had to unjack himself.
Oh. That phrase sounds funny. I'm not laughing at what happened to your dad.
But he had to unjack himself out and he was fine, but he said the pressure was real on his hand.
Oh my God. Hey, how was the last time you've jacked a car up? And why?
Oh, I thought you were going to say something else. My brain was like, that wasn't like.
I know where your brain went. When was the last time you jacked a car up? And why? What was the circumstances? What were you doing? Yeah.
Oh my
Did you have a
gosh!
flat? Were you changing your brake pads?
I think it was last year.
Oh, okay.
Or it was one of those years where we were. This is the only flat change that I do remember. This is the last time I did was we were coming from Grand Junction.
Okay.
And I think we were in my car or something to that effect. And we were over there out on 6th, coming down 6th, getting ready to hit Sable area. But we were like, let's go get some Popeyes before we go back home. And sure enough, boom. So I had to pull off to the side and change the tire. While I was changing it, I was trying to beat a rainstorm coming. It was a crazy day.
Dang.
And we still went and got...
That was like a year ago.
Got Popeyes. That was like, I think that was like 2-3 years ago.
But you got your fried chicken.
Oh, yeah, we did.
Man, Popeyes.
Yep. And then we got everything. That was when we were in the apartment. So we had to unload, walk everything up.
And so with all the modern cars, so it was a donut, right? Because they don't have full-size tires anymore.
Nah,
cars.
man.
Full-size spares.
No,
it was a donut? Oh,
It
yeah.
was a donut.
So, I mean, I guess I get it because then you have to carry a full-size spare. I mean, the last time for me, man, I think it was like 2010-ish, and it was at work.
Really?
Yeah, it was at work. It was in the snow. I remember this because one of the employees had a flat. And Randall and I were like, oh, we can change it. And I think someone else was out there trying to change it, and they were like smacking their hand and messing it up. So I think I was like, I'll go help him. Randall was like, yeah, I can come take a look. And we both went out there, and they were just, I don't know what they were trying to do. But they couldn't get the lug nuts. It was because it was snowing. It was freezing outside.
Yeah, and
but the way the
slippery.
angle they were doing was weird. So then I remember, because I remember asking the person, do you have a towel or shirt or something? I'm going to get under here, which you should not get under a car with a jack.
Yeah.
There was something we had to do to the tire. So I had to I was like, I need to put something on the snow. So they had like a shirt in their trunk and put it down. I remember getting down on the ground for some reason. I don't remember why I had to get underneath, but then we were able to get the lug nuts loose and change the tire. But I remember doing a lot for people back then. Like when it was like blizzarding, I remember going out and digging people's cars out.
I remember that.
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like people, you just want to be helpful. But yeah, the last time I did it wasn't even my own car. I think the time before that was when we were at your dad's house. And Mike had that fancy jack because, you do those. You
spin it.
Well, it looks like the kind that you look at the
just like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like the kind they do at a race in races.
At the races,
because you always pull out your little sad little jack, and then when we went to Jennifer's house, and Mike was like, "Oh, I'll swap out your pads." I'm like, well, how fast can he do that? And then he just pulled this thing from like this like corner of the garage and rolled it underneath and put the handle, and it's like, and my car was like. Felt like it was on, it was a toy. It was like flipping around on this jack, and I was like, "Wow, that's an amazing
What are you doing
jack."
for dinner tonight?
It wasn't like the one where you know the stupid jack where you're like you have to keep it in the little thing and you're trying to turn it. You're like, "Oh, God damn it!" And it comes out. And you're like,
Caesar's want to hang out some time after this.
As soon as we get this tire changed, we can go grab something to eat,
grab some beers,
maybe some Popeyes.
Yeah, maybe some Popeyes.
That was a good one.
That was a good one.
Good
We
facts.
played with that one a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. So if you find yourself
Juggling it.
or if you find yourself stranded, we live near the mountains and sometimes we go hiking. So just keep in mind, if you find yourself stranded or in a desert or somewhere, ration your sweat and not water. And don't drink all your water in one go, because the rate that you'll dehydrate and overheat if you're exerting yourself, like walking or hiking too fast or climbing over things in the heat, it'll kill you much quicker. So conserve your energy.
Well, conserve your perspiration because you'll dehydrate from sweating is what they're saying, right?
Yeah, so you want to conserve your energy if you're sweating a lot, because then you'll dehydrate quicker.
I would have never thought that.
Oh, wow.
I'd have never thought that. I'd have
budget your sweat
like
equity.
budget your
Yeah.
sweat equity. Budget yours. Yeah, man.
Interesting.
That's, these are the kind of facts where it's like, it's so logical, but in those moments, it just wouldn't be logical to you.
Yeah.
You'd be like, gotta keep moving.
Got to keep moving.
Right? Because if I sit still, I'm not going to get anywhere. Like, that's actually a good one.
That's good.
Yeah.
Someone said if you are lost and you're in a foresty area, try to stay put rather than wander around. It makes it much harder for rescuers to find you if you keep moving.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I know. If I got lost in a forest or something, I'd be wandering around, like go this way, go that way.
I need to find a road.
Yeah.
I need to find.
Our instinct would be to find our way back.
Yeah.
You'd be confident that you eventually are going to, because what do we always say? We're going to run into something.
Go run into something.
Right?
Remember when you got lost?
Huh?
Remember you got lost in we were doing the incline.
Oh.
You remember you got lost? Remember you were trying to cut through
On
the
your
mountain?
way down.
I fell down the side of the mountain.
Uh-huh.
On the way down. I forgot about
Yeah.
that. Dude.
But you got
I got genuinely
legitimately
lost.
your heart
So-
was beating fast.
Well, because I thought I was taking a short. I saw a path, and because the way down was like this. God, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, but then I saw one go straight down. I was like, oh well, I'll just follow this path. It's a path, obviously. And then I boom out of nowhere. Remember, I told you I fell, and I just started sliding down the side of the mountain. It was like a steep. And I'm like trying to grab tree branches. I'm sliding down.
Oh my god!
So then I hit these rocks, and I'm like, oh god, okay, all right. And then I see water bottles, trash, and I'm like, okay, so someo's been this way.
You become a
Someone's been this
detective.
way.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, so I'm not completely off.
Yeah.
And I was like, eventually I have to hit the trail again. And I'll never make this guy comes out of like the trees and he's all, oh, thank God, you guys, I'm lost. And I was like, oh, okay. So we're
It's been
not
like 10 minutes, Rad.
It was so funny. In my head, the way it plays back, he just kind of stumbled out of like some bushes. It was like, oh my God, how long have you been out here?
But then did he jump back in the bush and was
Then
gone?
he like went off on his own. He was like, okay. Yeah. And he just kind of walked off. And I was like, well, do I follow him?
Yeah.
And so then I was like, no, wait. Okay. I think I went left. So the trail would still be maybe going down at this angle to the right.
Oh my God.
And so it was like, I was off track for 45 minutes or something.
Yeah.
And then finally I hit the trail. And as soon as I hit the trail, I was like, okay, I turned the corner and I caught up to like a group of our friends and I was like, oh. And so I had actually shaved time off by going there. But
yeah,
dude, I totally
that
forgot
was scary,
about that.
Man. Yeah.
Oh, snap. I
Snakes
did get
is out
lost.
there and everything, man.
I'm on the side of a mountain. It
Oh
wasn't
yeah,
like
it could have turned out worse.
Yeah, man.
Oh my
shoot,
gosh.
Shank.
Yeah, you survived.
Completely forgot about that.
You survived.
Man, the part when I fell, I was like, what is happening? Like there was, because you remember going down was like at an angle, but you could like walk it.
Uh-huh.
Suddenly it was just to where you couldn't stand
You're
up.
gone.
I was basically sliding down a mountain.
Yeah.
And like trying to grab trees so I didn't go too fast.
I just remember you.
know what I'm
I just
saying?
remember you disappearing. I'm like, hey, he's gone, y'all.
And then other people were like, I didn't
Hopefully
know where
we'll
you
see him
were.
at the Mexican restaurant.
Right. And they were like, he didn't pass us.
Yeah.
So we don't know where he went.
Yeah.
And then I ended up passing a bunch of you because, like I said, I shaved a bunch of time going that way.
Yeah, you did.
But dude, the part with when I finally stopped at this random rock and I was like, where am I? And then I really looked around and when I saw, I swear, I don't know why, but this wave of relief when I saw water bottles.
Yeah.
It was like, okay, someone's been this way.
Yeah, someone's been his way.
And I assumed they found their way out.
Yep. Oh,
And
man.
then when the other guy, that was more relief because I'm like, okay, I'm not the only one out here.
You ain't the only one out here. Yeah,
That
man.
shit was-
Oh, my gosh.
And he didn't like, hey, let's find our way together. Or maybe we should try this. He was just like, all right. And he just kind of walked
And
off
then
into
left.
some other path. And I think he went left.
Yeah. He went deeper.
I knew.
Some say he's still there.
I trusted my sense. But to that point, I trusted my sense of direction. I was like, I'm telling you, I think it's to the right. Right? I feel it. But to that point, had I got further lost, that's a big mountain.
That's a big
the
mountain,
incline, that's a
man.
big mountain to be lost
Yeah.
on, man. I mean, you've got, God, there was hundreds of people on that mountain that day, but what are hundreds of people on the side of a mountain?
Yeah.
Like your ants.
Yeah. Yeah,
know
you
what
are.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
That, good
Oh,
memory,
man.
dude. Good memory.
Yeah.
All right, Jennifer, what you got?
Also on that note, the SERE manual is available for free online if you'd like to know more. It is the Air Force personnel downed behind enemy lines training. So SERE is for survival, evasion, resistance, and escape.
Wow.
Okay. If you're into that,
All
right?
Yeah. Download the manual.
If you want to
Download
know
the
how to
manual.
survive out there
Shoot.
on your own,
But you know what? Angie and I have been talking. We actually want to start accumulating an emergency kit.
Yeah, I think that's important.
Like I'm talking like
A go bag.
a generator, duct tape,
Flashlights, bro.
flashlights with the big. I'm talking like just and then
Smart.
obviously
Just smart. It's smart.
Food.
you
Like
know
water.
food, a gun, bullets, water.
In Guam, everyone had that because the power constantly went out.
Mm-hmm.
So you were always prepared with your generator. You always had gas. You always had water. I remember getting in trouble for drinking the water that was like on the side of the house. These like
Oh, absolutely.
boxes of water. And I was like, well, what the hell? And my
Yeah.
dad's like, "Don't, boy, that's for when the power, that's emergency." I was like, oh, shoot. I don't know. Like, you don't want to be like the full on doomsday prepper, but you're right. When actually, you know how where I stand on guns.
Gotta have an emergency bag.
Where we stand on guns. But Jennifer brought up a good point when we started talking to Craig, our friend who's a police officer and a gun instructor, safety gun instructor. When he started telling us those things, and he came over and he was explaining, the safety. Jennifer had a good point because this is in the middle of isolation and things are getting weird. And actually, in our area, there's been a lot of shootings. And so Jennifer was like, what if something went down and we're the only people that don't have these things?
like the zombies are coming.
Yeah, that's exactly what she said. Actually, she said, "What if the zombie box and we are the only ones that don't have weapons?" And I was like, That's actually a good point.
That's a good point.
And so when Craig came over, first thing he said, he was like, he pulled all these things out of his pockets, and he was like, he had guns, he had knives, he had pepper spray, and then he had flashlights on him, plural, right? And I was like, he was like, yeah, so you want to have a flashlight here, and I was like, so do you have flashlights? And dude, we had no flashlights in the house.
Oh.
We just had, we had one a while back and it broke, and then Jalem had this mag light, and I think he took it when he moved out, and we just, you first world, right? Your power doesn't go out, and when it does, you go outside, and you just don't think of those things.
Yeah.
So it was like, it really was eye opening. He's like, you don't even have a flashlight in your house, and we were like, oh. So then I went on like a spin, like. I became obsessed. I bought flashlights for downstairs. I put a flashlight by each side, all sides of our beds. So she's got one, I've got one. Then I put flashlights in our cars because it was like I felt so dumb that I didn't have a flashlight.
Oh,
and that would be the first thing you would want. So you're on the right track, man.
Yeah, man.
We need to do better. Like when you're talking about like DuckTales, like you're right. I don't have any of those things.
Yeah, and on top of that, we were thinking about putting together like a rendezvous point for family. Like a.
That's so smart. If the shit hits the fan, we all go
these
here.
Are our numbers, like disposable phones. Are in there. We'll be able to have battery packs. If you don't hear from us at this point, we're here. We'll be here for 48 hours, and then after that, we're transitioning into this point.
That's smart, man.
So we're thinking like that.
Well, you know what?
Was that too deep?
No, I can dig it. I mean, we had a plan like that. Our plan was like we were just going to go to Craig's.
Oh,
but where's he live now?
No, but I was just going to say that. But Craig moved.
Moved?
Yeah, but Craig used to live right by us. Remember?
Where'd he move now?
I don't know. But he did. He got a house up near the airport that's being built. But not to put his information out there. But we were laughing. But we told him. He even said it. He was like, y'all just come over here because he had an armory and he had like
y'all
everything.
Just come over here.
And so we were like, yeah, we're just gonna go to Craig's. Like Jennifer, we just need enough shit to get to Craig's house. And then we're good.
Yeah.
But I think that some people might say like that's too much, but. What does it take to be prepared like that?
Yeah.
Okay, so you make a plan, boom, that's it. And maybe you never have to use it, and maybe you never have to do it again. But you have one.
But you got one.
Right? Failing to prepare is preparing to fail. So it never hurts to prepare a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, you don't got to go full on doomsday prepper, but okay, we have go bags, we have the things we need, and here's where we want all of our family to get together so we can all be together.
Yep.
Right? So I think that's good, man.
Yeah.
I think your head's in the right place.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah. Next one, Jen.
Never try to fix a microwave.
Ooh, okay.
Even when they're unplugged, they can hold enough current to kill you.
Wow. Do you think anyone would be dumb enough to try to fix
Why
a
would I need
Yes.
to fix a microwave? What would I be doing? What would I need to do?
Let's say it quit turning, right?
Oh.
I'm not going in.
Here's the thing.
Or
You could see those fiddlers, those people who fiddle with things and like.
Oh,
'cause
I
I'll
could
tell you
see
what.
it.
When I came home one time and Jennifer had taken apart the washing machine.
Jen.
And all the wires were exposed and everything. And I'm like, how would you even know how to fix this?
Yeah.
YTU. YouTube University.
YouTube.
But still, I was kind of like shocked that she had the bravery.
Yeah, I know.
to, like,
I was going to
go
say,
in there
I'd be
and
too
start
scared to do that.
Fiddle with the wires and stuff. I'm not the one. Like the dishwasher, she completely took that apart, but she's fixed it. And now Now she's had to fix it a few times. We actually need to get a new one, but she's actually fixed it a few times to where because of taking
Send
it
money
apart
to my GoFund.
for a new dishwasher. But yeah, the microwave. I don't know. To your point, it would never cross. Maybe the door. Like, oh, let me see if I can fix this door. But yeah, it would never cross my mind to take that apart. No,
I'm good.
But if you ever,
Because I know me.
But anyone who's like a fiddler or like, I love taking things apart and understand, just stay away.
Stay away.
Stay away from that mess.
I wish I would have saw this one earlier. It's
Okay.
Back to surviving like in the mountains or the woods.
Yeah.
If you are in a forest with a bunch of crickets or grasshoppers, the chirping should not be annoying. It's a sign of your safety because they stop chirping when something big is moving close to them.
So that must have been a cricket last night in the garage.
Oh.
So I came in the garage, right? And I don't know. There's these things called simmies. We call them simmies in Japan. I don't know what they're called here, but it's like looks like a butterfly, but not. But it basically looks like a cockroach with like butterfly wings. That's the best way I can describe it.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm
I know what you're talking about.
So Jennifer got a video of one on the garage. I came in the garage last night, and the noise was like
Loud?
unreal.
No way.
It's like and so I thought it was a bird in the garage.
It was that loud?
It was so loud it was echoing throughout the garage, right? And you can't listen. This is a Asian superstition, but you cannot allow a bird to enter the domicile, any edges, any openings in your house.
Yeah.
Okay. If you remember, I don't know if you know this, but the night of my accident, a bird flew into the gym.
I remember you told me that. Yeah.
And we were trying to get the bird out, and then my accident happened. And then my mom was trying to figure out why it happened, and she had me running through my day. And then when she found out that the bird had come into the gym, that's when she, right? And so it's a bad omen.
Yeah.
So I was like freaking out last night. I'm thinking it's a bird because it's so loud.
Yeah.
So I'm walking around the garage, and I walk towards the bikes in the back corner, and it stops. And I told Jennifer, I was like, yeah, and then it stopped. So I was like, okay. And I see this bug on the ground, but I think it's one of those simmies is what we call, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it looks like that. And so as I start to walk away, it gets louder and louder and louder.
Mm-mm.
Then I walk towards it. I mean, it seriously mutes. And then I was like, okay, well, I'm in the right area. That must be, because I didn't get close enough. You know, garages, the light cast weird over objects. So I'm like, it could be a bug that I'm looking at right there. It could be just a weird dot spot, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm looking for a broom to like kill it, because it is loud, Shank.
Oh.
You know, and it's one is making all that racket. And I know, man, people might be like, how you kill a bug just because it's making noise? I don't know, man. It was just, in that moment, I was like, let's kill the motherfucker. You know?
Yeah, he dies.
Right. You're disturbing my peace. So I get the broom and I come over and whack.
You
right?
got it?
Now, I don't know for sure because it gets quiet when you get close to it. So I hit it, boom. And so then this is the funny part. I start walking in circles around the garage to see if it starts making noise, and it doesn't. So I was like, okay, that must have been, and I must have got it. Right? So I went and told Jennifer, and she goes, I think that was a cricket, but now we know for sure. So that's actually a cool fact. Mm-hmm. And I know it's a fact because I witnessed it firsthand last night. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of interesting because I swear I've been in the around crickets, and those fools did not care that I was getting near. They're just louder. Yeah.
Hi.
Like they was claiming their area. Yeah. You want to come around here?
Because that's how they do it. They rub their legs together, I think.
That's interesting.
I know, right?
That it makes such that kind of sound. Yeah. Now I feel bad that I took it out.
Oh.
But that's what happens when you breach the perimeter of the domicile.
Domie.
All right, what do you got?
If you're bit by a snake,
Okay.
don't suck out the snake venom.
Really?
Doesn't work. Just take a picture of the snake from a distance so it can be identified, so you can have the proper antivenom. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Antivenom. And that's it. So
Don't
all those
suck out the
times,
poison.
I kind of knew.
Yeah, that was always kind of, how are you going to get...
Because then you're getting the poison in your mouth.
Yeah.
but then you spit it out.
And then you spit it out.
Still in your mouth.
But you don't know if you got it all out. And now you're sick.
Just put it in your mouth.
Where did that even come from, though?
Probably
why?
from the movies.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the end of the line for me, Dr. Bones. I'm a goner.
Short long, you still have a chance. I'll suck the poison out.
Oh, sweet kisses.
Suck it
They were
out.
like,
Suck on it.
Yeah, this would be fun. You got to... I see so many movies in my head right now. You got to suck the venom out. I ain't sucking the venom out. That's okay. Well, that's just... I think I kind of knew that was BS, but it's good to know for sure.
I will tell you this, though. Whenever we're out in public, or when we were at Red Rocks, when you got lost that time, remember we seen the bull snake?
Yes.
Remember we seen that?
Yes.
It was huge.
I don't like snake. I can't do snakes.
I freak out when I see it in its natural habitat versus not contained.
Bro, I can't see it in a yard. Do you
ever? I haven't seen anything out there yet.
So our neighbor, one time there was a snake thing, and I'm actually... I'm like this right now, but I'm actually happy I wasn't home. Now, this is the least manliest admission I can make right now. I'm glad I wasn't home to protect my family from the snake. So I was at work or something, and Jennifer's like, there's a snake in the yard. And I was like, oh shit. And I was like, what are we going to do? And she goes, it's okay. I text Ben, who was our neighbor.
The best neighbor ever.
Best neighbor ever, by the way.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, well, if it's still there when I get home, and of course I'm like, begrudgingly, I guess I'll handle it. Right?
Yeah.
So then Ben, Jennifer said Ben came bolting over the fence.
I just texted him. I said, "Oh my God, there's a snake in my yard." And then he, like 2 seconds later, he just appeared, and he had this long ass stick with grippers on the end. He was like, "Where is it?"
Yeah, he's like, "Jen, where is it? We can't have snakes in the," because he in his head, like, it's gonna spread to his, so he was like, "We gotta handle this now."
He just had a kid.
Yeah.
He popped out, got his you know.
Where the snake at? Not this one.
Where's it at?
But like the way she explained it, she was like, he came and basically was like jumping over the fence, like, "Where's the
Sure
snake?"
did.
You know, like.
Show me the snake.
Hey,
And
John.
so, yeah. So then he got, because you use those grippers, because you get the snake to attack that, and you close the grippers and it wraps around the stick. But if you don't have it tight enough, it can come down.
down.
So she said he was running down the street with the snake, like, oh shit, like this, because he was trying to let it out in a field down the down past our.
Yeah.
He was
down the
gonna
street.
kill it, but I think my sister was there or something, and he grabbed it, ran out front, and then he had something to smack it in the head. And my sister was like, "No, don't kill
Don't
it."
do it, Jody.
I know.
He's all sitting there with this.
I think he ran down the street and killed it.
He's sitting there with a hammer, and he's like, "God damn it!" He slides it back and killed it. Okay, let's go. Let this out the field. Gets around the corner. Gets around the corner like that.
He comes back home. It's done.
Yeah,
It's done.
I let it go. It's free from pain.
Blood on your hand.
I just scraped my hand on a fence or running the corner.
Yeah.
That was awesome. That was
was a
awesome
good
of
one.
him, because he was a great neighbor, man. He to that point, he would do stuff like that all the time.
Is he still the neighbor, or did he
No,
move?
He moved.
Yeah, they got a house built out in Castle Rock and got a really nice place.
Oh,
That was like 10 years ago.
That was 10 years
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah.
Why am I putting people's business out
Oh,
there?
lives on Drury Lane.
Yeah, and a guy named Ben lives in Castle Rock.
You know that shopping area. You know the house with that.
Yeah,
that one.
Ben. Ben, you know Ben.
That
Yeah.
one.
All right, let's do two more.
If we don't live near the ocean, but sometimes we may visit the ocean.
Okay.
So you may not know this. If the ocean water suddenly recedes at the beach you're at, a tsunami, I want to say tsunami is probably coming. Run and don't look at the fish. I don't know what that means.
Well, when the water pulls back, the fish are left like kind of like in a cartoon, right? When the water pulls, and you see all the fish flapping around. Now, that's a little, because I'm from the islands, it's a little misleading, because water recedes to make waves, period. Right? So that's how people surf, right? So it's gonna do that. So don't people like, oh my God, tsunami. Now, if you see massive to where the fish are left behind
And
and
it's
it goes,
an immediate
then
pull.
it's like creating a wall. It sucks. It pulls back to
Do it again.
right.
Ooh.
So there's levels.
Yeah.
You can't be like on vacation like tsunami.
Yeah.
Chill.
In
So-
2004, there was a tsunami, and they noted a lot of the tourists that were on the beach, they saw the water go back. So they started picking up shells and stuff that were all exposed. And then minutes later, a huge wave came.
Yeah.
The end.
Oh no.
The end.
oh.
That's a good story.
Oh. You break me heart.
What else you got? Well, I guess we could do two more now. That was a short one.
Let's see.
Yeah, I was like, I don't have anything to connect on
Yeah,
that one.
yeah,
Other than the movie. Have y'all seen the movie where they
With Owen Wilson?
Oh,
I have not seen that.
You have not?
I remember
What's
it
it
coming
called?
out. It's good?
Oh, you gotta watch it.
It was about that tsunami that hit Shanghai?
Shanghai? Thailand?
Over in Asia.
Over in Asia.
The one that like drowned the whole, like, it was massive.
No Escape?
Yeah.
No
and
Escape.
No Escape.
Yeah.
Gwyneth Paltrow, I think, is in it. I think you get
Owen
a little...
Wilson, Lake Bell, and Pierce Brosnan.
Brosnan.
Oh.
Don't mess up my man Pierce's name. Former James Bond. Pierce Brosnan.
I totally flipped the S in the end, like over and over. I was like,
Y'all need to watch that,
Bronson.
like, tonight.
Yeah, it's good.
I think you should.
I remember it came
it's
out, I was
intense.
like, I don't know if I want to watch Owen Wilson in like a serious thriller.
It's intense.
Okay.
I think you should watch it.
Okay. Yeah.
I watched it a couple times.
It's that good.
It's that good.
Now, I know you like natural disaster type movies. and
Yeah,
stuff,
you
but
know
is
I
that
do.
Good?
It's that good.
Okay. I would not expect that.
I think you should watch it. It's
okay.
intense.
Recommendation taken.
It's intense.
All right.